one multi-talented artist. Please give a huge Mother's Bloomers welcome to Dan Craddock!
Hello, all of you, and welcome. I'm sure all of you will know who I am, but for those of you who have been living in a performative wilderness for the last millennia, I will introduce first. All right. My name is One Man Cabaret, and I am a splendiferous, cataclysmic, eclectic man who will perform 1,000 cabaret acts for you tonight, alright? So the way it's going to work is rather simple. I'll describe it and then you'll nod your heads in confirmation that you understand, alright? Very good. That was the motion I was looking for. So what's going to happen is, I will ask you for a number, not right now, but I'll ask you for a number and you'll give me a number. For example, 7 is a number, and also the most common number that people tell you between 1 and 10. So, for example, 7 would correspond to a specific act that I prepared. Alright? So that's what's going to happen in a moment. That wasn't writing, that was me using my finger to highlight a 7. Alright? So this chair is rather crucial to the performance, alright? I don't know if you can read it, but it says audience experience chair, and it has some feedback on there. It says cool and interesting, and has a few balloons. So essentially what this is, and not to neglect the wider audience who will all have a marvellous experience, don't worry. But if you do sit in this chair, and I must insist on it, if you do sit on this, you will have a rather intimate and special experience which you will never forget. Alright? So if we could have one person to initially sit in this chair, perhaps someone on the front row, as it is easy to get up, but somebody that could be cumbersome and awkwardly walk past people is also okay. Alright? Here we go. Here we go. Yes, round of applause, please. Fantastic. Thank you. You're in for a treat. All right. So, would you like to give us the first number?
5.
5 is rather the number of limbs I wish I wasn't born with. All right. So we're just going to write them down so we don't repeat ourselves. All right. So I'm just going to put this pen lid on. There we go. So this particular act does involve a bit of participation, all right? And there's a simple and a complex version, and I'm going to teach you both, don't worry, all right? So this is the simple version. I'll do it, and then you can copy, all right? Wait a minute. It's essentially just clapping, all right? Would you like to give it a go? Very good, that'll do. So the complex version is rather different, and to the untrained ear there's a subtle shift which you might not realise, all right? But see if you can notice it. This is the complex version. Do you understand? Would you like to give that one a go? It's just clapping, it's a slightly offbeat, alright? Very close. Alright, would you like to do the simple version? And don't be ashamed, you won't ruin the show that much. So, if you would like to begin, what's going to happen is you'll begin with that, and the rest of you can get involved with that as well, if you desire. It's essentially the movement of hand to hand and a sound emits, all right? So that's what's happening right now. A bit slower, you're rather too eager there, all right. husband, yeah. Be my wife, be your husband, yeah. Be my wife. Love and honor you the rest of my life. And oh, mama, love me good. Oh, mama, love me good, yeah. Oh, mama, love me good. Oh, mama, love me good. Don't you treat me so down on me. Don't you treat me so down on me, yeah. Don't you treat me so down on me. You're the best woman I've ever seen, yeah. Oh, mama, love me good. Oh, mama, love me good, yeah. Oh, mama, love me good. Love me good. Yes, be my wife. Be my husband. Be my wife. Love and honor you. The rest of my life. Thank you very much. You may sit down. You are very sensual. Thank you very much. Thank you. You are too kind. Really, there's 999 to go. Please spread it out. All right. So if we could have another contender for the audience experience chair. I'm locking eyes with a gentleman here. Nope. Yes. Don't worry, I won't seduce you too quickly. All right, so if you'd like to suggest a number, do you understand the rules?
12?
The amount of miles I thought it was to Brighton from Land's End. It's rather faint, but it's a 2. So this act is a 2-parter, all right? There's a first part and a second part. Do you understand? Very good. So what's going to happen is I'll do the first part, and then there'll be a short break where there's a switch around, and then the second part will commence. Very good. It was a Wednesday. The man had an itchy beard. It was a Thursday. The itchy beard continued. It was a Friday. When will the itchy beard end? Beard Diaries. So that was part 1 of 2 of that. So we're just going to do part 2 of 2 now, alright? Slight changeover, and then we'll recommence. What does my face look like? Whispered the man through a toothbrush. It's predominantly blue, said a man who had no concept of size. And what of my eyebrows? Do they twinkle like brown trees? Said the man through the floorboards. They are fixed permanently in the same shape and are silver. What seemingly came from a tripod. Is my hair as golden as the sun? Said Athena. It is also predominantly blue, said a man many miles away, hiding under a dustbin lid. Blue Mask Diaries! Thank you very much. You are very observant. Thank you. Very good. All right. So for part 3 here, we need another number and another budding volunteer, not victim. We have some wanderers, and they're not from Bolton. See you later. Don't worry. I'll see you at home.
See you in bed, baby.
Rather inappropriate. Okay, so we do need one last one, alright? And don't worry, I won't be fondling you with my eyes, words, or limbs. Very good, thank you very much. Thank you. Now, as you probably cannot see, there are numbers here, so don't say any of those ones, alright? 9. Very good. The number of spiders I had to remove from my first school book. Alright, so this one is going to be a cappella. Do you know what a cappella is? A cappella, for those of you who don't know, it is apparently Italian for in the form of the church, and this essentially means without instrument, alright? But this is one of those urban myths that is strictly a lie, alright? So the real truth is a small band of troubadours from southern Algeria were sailing to Tasmania on a small rowing boat in the 17th century, and they incidentally could not fit all of their instruments on, and so they sang on their journey without instruments, and thus a cappella was born, alright? So that's what's going to happen now, and there's going to be a bit of clicking which you can definitely get involved in if you want to, alright? But essentially, I'm just going to longingly look into your eyes. This isn't it, this is just right.
Once I was a soldier, I fought on foreign sands for you. Once I was a hunter, I brought home fresh meat for you. Once I was a lover, behind your eyes for you. But soon you'll have another who'll tell you I was just a liar. But sometimes I wonder for a while, do you ever remember me? Oh. Though you have forgotten rubbish dreams, I find myself searching through the ashes of our ruins for the days when we smiled and the hours that ran wild with the magic of our eyes and the silence of our words. But sometimes I wonder for a while, do you ever remember me? Do you ever remember me? Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I will have to come back for another 333 days to finish my 1000 acts. But you've been a marvelous, marvelous audience. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.